Which one was fourth? I've been playing Pathfinder.
Let's just go kill a shitload of nibs or something.
No, let's go kill Eldar.
Oh yeah, let's go smell there.
You made me do that last week, Pete, and I felt bad.
I've just got a thunder hammer.
Nice.
Ooh.
I just picked up an
Someone's gonna get
pistol.
hammered. I'll get a better res of that.
Yeah, so far out of all the 9th edition, I think
Where'd
the
you
only
get
thing.
the cherub from?
Oh yeah, that's
Get the cherub
amazing.
from the,
Over here.
Oh, it tells me to purchase it. What?
Yeah, you have to purchase it, but it's free.
Oh no, if you
just
the one that isn't needs just to apply it, you don't need to purchase it.
All of them are for purchase for me.
No, it took me to the store and you had to go purchase, and then from there it kind of just let you.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. We'll try that.
It's free, so.
Oh no, £1.59 for me.
What for the cherub?
Oh, was it the cherub?
cherub
Yeah.
says get free on me.
Ah, I've loaded up the bloody skull. That's why.
You looking at the commissar one? Or...
Yeah, that was my fault.
No, it's not that one. It's just the.
Maintenance that's struggling. It's struggling to load up the buy page for the cherub. Get in there.
I'm trying to get a picture. You know how GW have the Nurgling pulling the cables apart for when things go down on their system.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to find like a higher res picture of that to use for ours, but it's all bloody blurry.
Yeah, it's horrible trying to find imagery when you're doing the banners and stuff.
You wanna launch the mission?
Oh, we got Jason's here.
Yeah, so I might not have my cherub in
wait,
time.
wait.
It's downloading it at the 0.045.
I've just remembered to. Oh yeah, I can do it from the left trigger now, can't I? Let's do that. That's easier. Right, I'm gonna try and launch. Yeah, why can't I select it? Why can't I select a mission?
So yeah, it's been fun watching the 9th edition reveals. I'm not sure if I like the way they've done it, like bit by bit, and then even the bits that they have. Yes, it creates a lot of talking points, but some of them are so incomplete, the reveals, I think, that it makes people really kind of like jump on a bandwagon. Like the whole CP debate, I thought that was bad enough, but the whole board size stuff has just sent the whole internet on fire.
Yeah,
I like
the whole.
what I've done with CP.
Oh, I do. I've gained. I'm one of the teams that have gained. I rarely got that sort of CP. I might not do because I'm a super army, so I'm probably going to end up with bugger all
Okay, still
anyway.
can't launch the story mission, Carl. So.
Do a side one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like the CP. But listening to a lot of the podcast, a lot of people might run 2001 point tournaments, so they can get the 18 CP.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems just a silly way of doing it, but yeah.
That just seems
Some
overly gamey.
It's because a lot of people, especially in the tournament scene, have been used to like 15 CP, aren't they? Minimum.
I'm
You
used
get
to
a
having
CP back every
6.
turn if you battle for it.
It's only one though, but yeah, it's a debate, but it looks. But it does.
then I
Start with
spend
single
more
battalion.
games,
Start with a single battalion, you get 12 CP. And is it 12 CP?
Yeah, 12.
No.
Yeah.
That's the brigade.
Oh, the brigade is it?
No, it's 12 CP, and then if you're any detachment you start with your warlord, and it's free in it. After that, you pay.
Yeah. So if you
Oh,
start
I'm sorry. I was talking about
Yeah.
the old way. Sorry.
Yeah, if you start, so you get 12 CP, your warlord's in the battalion, you just have a big battalion.
I think you're going to see a lot of brigades.
You get a CP back every turn. brigades isn't a bad thing.
I
Either.
think it will encourage brigades, yeah.
You rarely see them now because people just split it out. So you had like a spearhead and you had that, but people aren't going to pay the CP
Was it
for
the
it.
double
Yeah, it was
battalion was better?
Yeah, not
I don't know.
quite, but almost. You didn't
Double
have as
battalion will
much tanks.
actually give you less CP than a single battalion with your warlord in it.
Hmm.
But
I don't know. I haven't. I kind of just always went from 7th edition, right? HQs, troop choices.
Thing for me with Yunari, I've always run 3 detachments because I have to. In ITC rules, all my detachments have to be Yunari, so it's crazy. So I hope they change that point because, yeah.
Excuse me.
And I'm also looking forward to what they do for soup armies that are meant to soup. So I know that they're trying to stop marine souping and stuff, which is fair enough, that just for CP gain. But you got like the Dark Elder, part of their codex rewards them for multiple detachments.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever actually run a soup army. Like, because there's just too many toys in the one codex for me.
Yeah, I've run a couple. I've run very soupy chaos lists, and I've run some very soupy imperial
Yeah, but
lists.
the thing is, for me, chaos kind of fits in like a mishmash of different
Yeah,
forces and war
You
bands.
want to be seeing demons and marines charging alongside each other.
Yeah.
But they
That's just thematic.
I think they won't punish you. Same with Yunari and same with Dark Elder and ones that are kind of meant to be. I think they're not going to punish us and there will be something for us. But I think they're trying to punish the ones that aren't meant to be.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Quite a big fan of this Inferno pistol. Who's it there?
There's someone up at the top hitting the thing.
Was it Alpha? Massive. Bloody
See,
massive.
see Walsh,
Alpha Legion guy.
Walshy, do you play multiple clan cultures in your army?
I have done. I've done it a little bit. I'd like to do it a bit more, especially now we've got the specialist attachment types as well.
Why need a bit of help here?
Because there's still no wording on how they're going to deal with that. Because I know that in the Harlequin forums and stuff, they're worried that the multiple masks are going to cost them CP. Because in Harlequins you never run the same mask because the masks are so different. They have different roles, so they're worried that they're going to get punished for trying to
So,
make.
do you mean like in terms of like running Evil Sons and Goths?
Yes.
Same army now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Dreaming
Yeah.
Shadows and Soaring Sprite. So Soaring Sprite mask is good for troops on carriers, but the Dreaming Shadows is good for shooty stuff like the Void Weavers and the Sky Weavers because it gives them that extra shot when they die, maybe. But the Soaring Sprite allows them to jump on and jump off and still move. And with such a limited troop range, it really helps them.
Do you think we'll start seeing single manufacturing Yunari armies like your Craftworld Yunari?
I kind of hope not, because it doesn't really fit for them.
Take it like a man, Cosmo.
Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Just busy in a massive pile of dudes.
No, I wasn't sure if anybody could hear me. It just went very quiet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was all a good bit. You know, I started me and Ari army when Ari first came out because I loved the idea of having a witch and wraith army.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Charge! I said charge! For the Emperor!
What do you think the idea, the fluff behind the Yunari is that they are the disparate Eldar factions coming together.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to have witches and incubi and aspect warriors all in the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
gonna,
again with the Dark Angels, not Dark Angels, Dark Elves, that'll affect those because they've got to have like the succubi mix with the Cabal.
Yeah.
that is gonna.
Affect it because it's from the same codex. Does that count as suit?
No, I
no, not really.
don't think so. I've never.
They've not
mixing
made it
guard
clear, have they?
attachments, I've never really thought of as being soup.
So if I took a couple of different witch cabals, that doesn't count as suit in my opinion.
No, but
No.
we'll see if they've done it though. They might have done.
Because the way I think of soup is, you know, like Marines and Guard, or Marines and Guard. It's kind of really the, you know, or Knights and the Rusty 17, that sort of thing. But I don't really think of like an army of Valhallans with an army of Destroyers with a detachment of Cadians or Catechans as being soup. That's just
No, I guess.
how the Guard function.
Yeah, most of the story stuff that's pretty much how they set up. So
Yeah. I think for me, the term soup more denotes something where you're trying to take an advantage of something. Like it's a gamey thing rather than a.
Oh, I definitely think the whole detachment, what they've changed it to, is a huge plus for the game.
Sorry?
I think the way they're doing detachments now and the command point, I think, is a massive plus for the game. Personally.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice having more command points with my knights.
anything that brings a closer balance encourages a closer balance.
I wonder how are you going to feel, Pete? 12 CP with knights. I bet you've never had that.
No,
one of the biggest
I
things
can
that
get up there. I can get up there.
One of the biggest things that I actually got excited about with the stuff for night is when I saw the picture of the sort of, you know, easy play reference sheet, and it said on it, you know, if any rule that is out of sequence is automatically counted as being, you know, so if you're doing shooting outside of shooting phase, it doesn't have to say on the stratagem count as shooting phase.
Yeah.
It automatically counts, which clears up so much mess.
Yes, because there's so many strategies, aren't there, that people just took advantage of.
Yeah, because it's like you are not in the shooting phase, so you can't use this.
I'm just hoping for less bloat in this edition, to be honest.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other night. I was like, you know, there's a Hellbrook up there. You know, D&D 5th Ed, how bloated is that? All the books that need to sort of.
Oh, I died. He
help
one
you
shot me.
across.
He one shot me. What the? Can you revive me, guys? Guys, can you revive
Sorry?
me?
Where are you?
Yeah.
I got him.
He one shot me. What?
You're too
Nowhere
squishy.
near as bloated as 4th edition was, though. That became ridiculous.
Oh, well, yeah, we're playing Pathfinder at the moment, and I think there's so many books. It's just
Could you-
crazy.
Could you
Wait,
have
which one
it-
is Pathfinder? Is Pathfinder the sci-fi one?
No,
no.
that's Starfinder.
Starfinder, okay.
Pathfinder's more based around the kind of cult background kind of stuff going on. It's a bit more investigative than your kind of standard D&D.
Where you guys go?
Should we just go to another mission then?
Is this it done?
Yeah, we're done.
Just need someone just needs to vote. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But the
I'm really looking forward to trying out this crusade system and seeing how you can sort of mix in kill team with like the main game and see if I can wrangle in some way of getting more people playing Aeronautica Imperialis as well.
But I think that's
Tiny planes.
it's their way of tying in all their systems that they've been releasing over the last year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Have they said that? sort of link in kill team and all the other stuff?
I don't know. I don't think it does, but
I thought they
I'd love
mentioned
to do
like
some sort of
starting off with
rock
campaigns.
incursions.
I think it's just exactly like Path of Glory for what Age of Sigmar, which is still
Yeah.
bad thing, because I like it.
yeah,
You know, you gain XP, you can gain battle scars, you gain
yeah.
traits.
Is there
stuff.
anything though, or maybe it's just such a 40k thing? I know. I guess you can give things mounts, but they gave that example of you've got a marine who's been doing all this stuff, and then he takes a mortal wound, and you can now upgrade him to being a dreadnought. There's nothing really like that in Sigma, but like I said, you can then just give them
There's mounts,
a mount
the relics.
instead. Yeah,
Chaos can upgrade their stuff to demon princes, etc.
yeah. Or spawn. I saw.
Yeah,
had a mate. It was the first mission of a Path to Glory campaign they were doing at Bolton GW. Do you remember this, Walshy?
Oh no.
Carl,
Sure.
and he just rolled up his lord, and then at the end of the very first game became a spawn.
Yeah. Oh. I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
It's,
The good old days of being able to go into the Bolton GW and actually it feeling like a fun, welcoming place.
Yeah, there was a really good variation on that from kind of Rogue Trader days. I can't remember, was it Realms of Chaos or something like that called? Where you just had such variability. There were just so many tables that could happen and things that had happened to you guys, and you know, with like I don't know,
hallucinogen grenades back in second. Or...
Oh god, yeah, all those sorts of things.
I loved those. And like vortex grenades where you'd throw it and there's now a template on the table and it's destroying buildings just by touching them.
Hey, the shock attack gun still did that in 7th.
I really hope they bring endless spells into 40k.
They won't.
I'm wondering if that's what this psychic awakening is.
We would have seen it already by now, surely.
Well, I'm looking at the Silent King, and he's got those two big pillars that are floating off separate to him. I'm like,
They're like just fancy shield drones.
yeah, I'm wondering if that's what it is.
I can't see endless spells coming in 40k because we would have seen it because we've seen what we've had Chaos, Eldar, and Space Marines already, which is probably the most used of the warp and psychic powers, and they've not had anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're all getting new codexes in 9th at some point.
True.
Not sure the endless spell feel fits 40k as much as it does.
No,
And I used to love it.
there's like warp events that you could.
Vortexes?
Yeah,
Was it?
Vortex of Doom.
That. We used to put Vortex to Doom on the table and move it around. We used to love that.
hmm
I think your main concern
But
right now.
scatter dice and measuring takes too much time.
Fun.
Oh,
That's why
rolling.
they got rid of all the templates.
Saying
Yeah.
that is like saying I can't be bothered to watch something because it's got subtitles. Oh wait, didn't I say that about?
But I
Scatter
think
templates are always the most fun.
I love them. I love them, especially when I ended up firing. The scatter template went so wrong; it went behind the tank that was shooting it to kill something.
But like, I think a good example is that not bringing that stuff back is because they've brought blast weapons back, but it's just for your full dice allowance rather than a template.
Remember the
Sorry?
fire plates in
Oh.
Doom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the blast rule. Yeah, it'd be intriguing to the details of how this blast rule works.
Is that a jetpack?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I feel awful. I feel awful.
Oh, really lucky.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Oh.
I think tonight's sessions is going to be laggy all over, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
right,
I keep just getting
yeah,
from the
I keep
website.
walking.
But I think when Ninth comes, before any codex changes, the biggest issue we're going to have is basilisks and thunderfire cannons.
Sorry?
When Ninth drops, and especially in the tournament meta, Pete, the issue we're going to have is basilisks and whirlwinds and thunderfire cannons. Based on the map size,
Okay, you keep cutting out. I heard basilisks, did you
yeah,
say?
basilisks,
Whirlwinds.
and
Thunderfire
thunderfire
cannons.
cannons. They're going to be evil at the start of Ninth.
Yeah?
I think Vindicated.
You reckon?
Well, the map size, yeah.
Oh, I
They
wish- I'm looking
they
forward to kill cannons.
they will be able to hit everything on the map, whereas now you can actually outrange a thunder fire.
Yeah. But then,
don't know,
by similar standards though, then that Thunderfire cannon is now much more in range of my close combat guys, who will tear it to pieces in combat.
Still going to be at the back of the map though, isn't it?
Hmm?
Still going to be behind everything of the other person's army.
Well, the way that they're changing the outflanking rules and keeping things off the table. And they were saying that you'd be able to bring in things from any table edge, which is kind of which bums me out a little bit, because that's something that's unique to Space Wolves at the moment, is the outflank ability, just being in there.
Will that still have the 9-inch?
Yeah, so I'm hoping.
An extra rainbow or something.
Yeah.
Will there be
I
a...
love this Thunder Hammer, it's so cool.
Without flanking, you still have to be 9 inches away though.
So I'd drop a tarantula down for us.
Ooh, I just got an achievement.
What
Kill
achievement do you
50 commander. I've killed 50 commander enemies. So I'm guessing that means I've unlocked a new perk as well, because I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah, I'm nearly off unlocking the melee combat passive
True.
as well, with like 500,000 damage or something.
Ooh, flashes. Apparently there is a really good perk you can unlock. Like for killing a whole load of the elites.
Yeah.
So just kind of working my way up towards that at the moment.
An alarm signal? Really? You're too late.
Apparently the easiest way to earn that is by playing as a knight
Now,
or as a
where was I?
Baneblade.
Oh,
Oh, right.
boss.
You run off ahead.
Yeah, Carl's way off ahead.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
You being Ray left tonight, Carl?
I'm being Leroy.
So Ray left.
Ray left Jenkins.
Yeah. I love my Devil May Cry bard. Oh, Wraith Lord.
Yeah, been fighting him for like 2 minutes.
Cleanse me of my sin.
Oh, hello. Plague guys.
No.
What are you doing? Are you summoning demons there, Jason?
No.
Yes, he is.
Totally wasn't you.
Wasn't me.
Oh, he is.
Middle of a
really?
mission
Oh, God.
fighting against Eldar, all of a sudden there's plague demons jumping on my shoulders.
Is someone on the
There's another one. Sorry?
I'm overwhelmed apparently.
Where are you?
Can't move.
Oh, okay. Oh no, get out of those. No, that's bad,
I
isn't it?
literally can't move my character.
I'm down.
Are you still overwhelmed?
No. Can't change my weapon set,
Thank-
I'm just frozen.
Yeah, it's very laggy at the moment. I'm rubber banding a lot.
Can't be that laggy that I'm
Well,
frozen.
could
on
do
the
with a bit of
spot.
help there, guys.
I'm going to feel that howling banshee touch.
Yeah, she took a while to die then.
She's dead. She's dead.
If only they took that. If only they were that hard in
Oh, I know.
40k. And they weren't.
Banshee's died.
No, I'm encumbered.
Oh.
But yeah, no, the new map size is going to be interesting, and it seems that a lot of people have got some hate for it, real hate for it though.
I see it as being, it's a much more corporate level decision that they're trying to take back their ownership of the mats, because they've seen just how big the game mat industry
Yeah.
You
is.
say that, but FLG are
It's-
rumoured
it's
to
a
be
bit
the
cynical,
first
but-
to get out.
And
Oh, there's a big tank over there. But you know, there's so many companies like GameMat.eu. There's Darkstar, there's FLG, there's so many
Awakened
different
Realms,
companies
or-
that are doing Awakened Realms, yeah.
But it's rumoured that FLG are
Green
going.
Stuff World as well.
But it's rumoured that FLG are going to have the first mats out, aren't they? Which is what a lot of people are saying.
Yes.
It's a ploy by FLG and GW.
But maybe it's again a sneaky tournament idea. Is that it means the smaller boards, you might be able to get more people at tournaments.
Yeah.
But then you have to buy a whole load of new tables to fit the new. Because otherwise you're still stuck with the same tables that take up the same amount of space.
But have you?
Or allow smaller
For
places
some
to do
reason,
bigger
guys, I can't do it.
tournaments.
I'm stuck in one spot.
Oh, I'm suppressed.
Alright, we'll try and get this tank dead and then.
Success is measured in blood.
So like obviously FLG do a end of year kind of sale every year, and they sold a lot of their 6x4 maps this last one.
Yeah.
So this is where a lot of people are saying, and they've been part of the play testing of the new rules. There's like this big conspiracy.
There's some insider trading kind of worries there, surely.
The war will eat me
Like,
alive.
I don't know if you guys ever watch Mikey from Help Restore Wargaming. He does a coffee morning
No.
at the moment, every morning pretty much, like a little vlog kind of thing. And it's been mainly about night, obviously. And this morning it was pretty good. He kind of said it from a TO's point of view as well as the players. So he was like, it will improve the tournament experience by allowing us to have more tables with the same space.
Ooh. So that's going to improve the tournament experience? Only if they've got good aircon.
Well, we're lucky we've got that with the Forge, which hopefully we will be.
We are very, very lucky. I love it so much.
And also, we're hopefully improving our.
I'm taking a lot of damage here, guys.
Yes, I'm just trying to slowly work my way back away from them a little bit.
So.
Oh,
like-
and someone summoned a massive demon again.
Jason,
Yes.
if you use your main thing rather than all your psychic spells, it reduces your warp charge so you don't summon demons all the time.
Sorry. But I feel bad killing Elder.
So when the screen goes all funny, that means you're close to the edge of
Madness.
like being warp damaged.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that why
back
we're
to
getting loads of
perils.
demons?
But if you
Yeah,
use-
because someone keeps perilsing.
if you're using your A ability, it
Yeah.
reduces your cool. It reduces that down.
Oh, I've just been using my
Because your rod
LTRT all
kind
the
of
time.
channels that.
That would make me. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Sorry, guys.
I don't know why I'm literally stuck on the spot.
You still suck there.
Yeah, I'm still in the same place. Can't move my character.
But some good news for.
Hopefully you'll just leap out the level once we've
Yeah,
killed this
can't-
final boss.
Yeah.
But hopefully, in the next week or two, me and Pete will be able to announce some more stuff with Lords of Waaagh. We've hopefully got some cool news about to. We should be able to announce in a week or two's time, which is certainly a big boost for us, isn't it, Pete?
Ooh, I'm coming back.
Ooh, D-cannons. Ooh. Fire prison. Yeah, it's going to be good to be able to get that out there, Jason.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Three restaurants and a baby, and I go, oh yeah, okay.
That's the film, isn't it? No, 3 Men and a Little Baby.
You know, like it's all right now when I'm in lockdown. I've got loads of spare time, but will I have? I'm sure I could do a couple a year though.
Well, don't forget, we're still planning to do the sort of calendar that we had for 40k. Now,
Yeah.
the big one that we were meant to be doing in October actually was going to contain a god tier tournament. We had that penciled in with them already, and they were well up for that. So it's
Who's gonna run that?
it would have been me or Pete. So the idea is that I don't know if you saw me mention in the chat once that when Ben was selling God tier, that's where we'd hopefully get that free because we'll be running a tournament, so we need to be freshed up on the rules.
Yeah, I mean that's my opinion on tournaments. If you're running a tournament, you should know how to play the game.
Yeah. So obviously with the October one, the idea is to have. I know we've had Dom and I think it was you, Walshy, wasn't it, that offered to help? Because it's more than just for me and Pete to run something that big.
Yeah, I said we offered to help. I don't know the rules for everything,
But that's the thing, you have people do
but
the areas that people know.
Do you think tournaments will be up and running by October as early as then?
Well, no, I've had to move the date anyway because LGT are being well, they were utter bees. I'm not going to swear because he contacted everyone around certain times, like when are tournaments, and we've already shared that weekend with a tournament in Wales, but we agreed that we're far enough away to not affect each other. And they went and placed themselves the week before ours, and we both went to Zach and went, look, if you think that's not going to affect us, then you've got nothing coming, because everyone's going to pay for hotels, go down there. They're not going to come to Wigan and come to our tournament. And he offered money reimbursement. If we could prove ticket sales to him, he'd offer like compensation. But obviously, with the way that our tournaments run, we tend to get a huge uptake very close to the events. And that, so he's been very helpful. He offered if there was any effort help with mats and train we needed, he'd offer help. But the easiest solution was to move the weekend. Now I spoke with the venue just as the lockdown was about to hit to say could we move the date. He agreed, but we've not cemented a new date because what's the point? I could say now he's not gonna have a go at us because we're not making that date because it's out of our hands. I can't see it happening this side of the year. There's a big debate in the UK tournament organizer group on Facebook. Some people, like myself, agree that it's not going to happen, and there's some people that are determined to do a 50-man event by the end of the year. Even LGT.
It's going to be even harder. It's going to be even harder to social distance over a smaller mat.
But like the comment he said was he would give everyone a mask and gloves, and we all said that's not enough. And even Zach from LGT said you're going to have to give everyone a test. Everyone who attends has to be tested, and at the moment he said the £100 a pop. No event can afford that. He said hopefully in half a year's time if they drop down to £10 a pop. But he's expecting anyone who attends to LGT London Grand Tournaments in the future, they're going to get tested.
We're working with some industrial sites which are just having to keep running through this, and a lot of them are doing temperature checks for like the sales reps and things like that going in and out. So it wouldn't necessarily have to be a full on like they're doing in South Korea as well. So, it's that way they're doing the temperature checks rather than the.
I think it depends on what. Yeah, I think it depends on what the government decide in it once they start allowing big events. But LGT, Zach said that at the current moment LGT is still on, but he's expecting it to not happen. But for terms of him not losing money, he has to keep it on, because I think if it gets cancelled due to the pandemic, if the pandemic cancels it, then he doesn't lose money.
That's why like BlizzCon was cancelled at the very last minute, and it's why there's still a couple of fighting games on them. It's like it was meant to be E3 this week, wasn't it?
Yeah. But people are saying that you might not see that back.
Yeah, I don't know if it will ever come back. Which is a shame. There's some things around E3 that I really enjoy. I don't so much enjoy E3 itself, but just the ability to have all of those people in one place at the same time it led for some really good content from some of the big providers. Like Giant Bomb's content around E3 was just it was the best of the year. I loved it so much. Oh, there's a sorcerer there.
Is that Jason?
No.
No. The way we're fighting against Nurgle Demons. Yeah, there's a Chaos Sorcerer over there.
Yeah, it's not me doing it this time. Don't blame me. I'm doing what Cole said. I'm spamming A. But yeah, so there's I can't see us doing a tournament this side of the year. When I spoke to the Forge the other week, they're not expecting to be in maybe the end of the year. Maybe they might, depend on the situation.
Following me.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? But where are you? Is that you up there?
Just
So yeah, they're not expecting to be open, but they've still not fixed the roof damage yet. By look sounds when I spoke to them, so
You are the forge.
yeah.
You're
I mean,
fixing the
I'm
roof
still
damage.
I'm still waiting to get an oven. So
But supposedly the builders turned up without a scissor lift. They turned up with normal standard ladders.
uh-huh.
But yeah, it's we'll see how it goes. Like, if the time keeps pushing on, then it seems like this online tournament scene is starting to grow, and we might host one of them. Obviously, it can't contain
Oh,
points or
sorry, just
anything, but
that noise as you're walking along is just sorry. Walking on Nurgle grossness. Yeah,
obviously this is.
yeah, the online tournament seems really.
I've seen another one come up as well. Obviously, you can't get points for it. ITC have said that that's not a thing, but if people aren't able to play, then I guess people will still play
Do
for
you know what?
kudos.
Just I don't know why they don't do what oh hello what's it called, the big fighting game tournament that happens every year.
They're saying they can't verify it, but I think if they let people that currently host tournaments and that have hosted tournaments this season, and they can verify themselves, I think that's fine. But
Yeah.
I think it adds a lot of admin work that they don't want to do.
What's it called? What's the big fighting game tournament that happens every
Fortnite? Oh.
year? No, it's for like Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball FighterZ
Tekken?
and Tekken. It's all of them. It's all of them, but it's the big fighting game tournament that involves all of them.
Didn't know there was one.
Yeah, but
Kill
yeah,
this giant Nurgle puppet.
oh hello. Yeah.
All the big esports competitions that have like normal LAN competitions have managed to carry on online. So I don't see why
Well,
Warhammer's been different.
What I was going to say was this fighting game tournament is they're not having it this year, obviously, because they can't get people stood next to cabinets in the same room. But they have moved it to an online Evo.
Nice.
Evo, that's the fighting
yeah.
game tournament. So yeah, so they're moving that to an online format, but like your score in the online isn't going to be. It's not held to the same status as doing it in person.
Oh, that's a good
Like,
idea.
yeah, you know, you can say like, yeah, I won the Evo Online 2020, but
So what you're saying
you
is
know,
like,
it's not like saying, oh, I've won Evo. It's you won the Evo Online.
It's like there's so much all the Magic Gathering and Pokemon stuff now that's all gone to they've already got really well built online versions of their game.
Yeah.
And in fact, people just stop buying cards sometimes and just play online PvP now.
Well, the other thing with I think ITC and people like that are having a bit of issue with the umbrance with the whole TT tabletop simulator is that's a Steam Workshop mod. It's not from Games Workshop, so Games Workshop could come in at any point and shut it down.
true, but I don't think they
should
would.
make their own.
Yeah, I think it takes too much away from their sales, but they haven't shut it down now, and I don't think they would. But I think I think your idea though, Pete, would be awesome.
If they were going to shut it down, they would have to come in with their own replacement for it. It's like this is them coming in with an app. Is them saying, look, we're coming at you, Battlescribe.
Yeah, I mean, War Machine Tactics in Privateer Press has a massive tournament following. It has a
That's a big lot of thing. That's a no.
global yearly world championship, which you have to get through like different leagues to get up there and travel. You know, in America, rock and roll. They made their own version, and people still play that mildly competitively online.
Well, because they've taken ownership of it. That's the thing, isn't it?
I honestly think GW has looked at some other companies and their tournament packs and gone, right, well, maybe we should borrow a little bit here and there.
Well, you can see
the inclusion of progressives, bringing in Mike Brand.
it's clearly they're doing it
for sure.
But they've never really been hot on the tournament scene, have they? Like massively, apart unless it's at their own
Well, they've
venue.
done their own things.
Yeah.
Which are, Throne of Skulls, which But it's because people don't like the random cards that's why they've never really kind of caught on.
Well,
Or
unfortunately,
like caught people's imaginations in the same way.
like random cards are fun, but when you're trying to play competitively, it's really annoying when if you draw like 10 cards that you just really couldn't do, and the other person's drawn really easy ones. It is really, I understand how it is really annoying.
I kind of see that in a way. It's kind of the great leveler. You know, you kind of have to build your army in case that happens.
But when you've got armies like Iron Hands, as they were,
They're optionally going with the kind of the choose your own secondaries and potential faction specific
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be
once
almost like a Magic the Gathering field where you could go in there and just be fighting yourself almost, or just you've got your own objective to achieve rather than actually just
interacting with your opponent.
Well, a lot of it is like, isn't like just said that it's like capture the flag, etc., and you've got to do certain actions.
well, it's all ITC,
like
isn't it?
planting a
Pretty
flag,
much.
isn't it?
It's like one. I think
I'm looking forward to seeing the pack. But it's some of it like the capture the flag. Oh, you have to plant your flag. For me, that's just them sort of putting their own spin on something like Postman that ITC were doing already.
yeah. So they've taken.
Or Engineers.
Yeah, I think it's Engineers, Postman, and some other they've copied, haven't they? Blatantly, just changed it. Name.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
You bring Mike Brandt in to run your events, and he's going to bring his knowledge from all of those.
But Nova didn't run ITC though, did it?
No, but he's well aware of it. He chats with all of the regular people, and most of the people who go to Nova do play ITC.
That's true.
So
Thing is, ITC I think is so big in America compared to the UK. Though that's the thing.
oh yeah. And Australia is more ETC, or
Yes.
used to be ETC then.
Oh, you know Forge the Narrative? Forge the Narrative.
Yeah.
He did
One
a
of the
podcast. Yeah, he did a podcast with Mikey from Hellstorm and 40k, the Art of War, the other day.
Yeah.
It's meant to be quite a good chat about the whole state of where they think this is going.
Yeah, I'd like to try and get a chat with Paul Murphy sorted out.
It does seem like
And
he's getting
Adam
close to
Camilleri.
Hellstorm, which is... looks like he's getting quite a pally of Hellstorm.
Yeah. I like Adam Camilleri as well. He's one of the guys behind DEP. So
Well, I'm well happy that DUP and BCP are partly merged, which is amazing. Which is especially for us because we've held out with DUP for so long, and it's now proven that we did the right thing.
yeah. Well, it's the back end information that you can get through DUP is just it's great because that you can. There's so much information in there that you can find out from a player and go, oh, so you've taken those secondaries, have you? I've just been having a look on D. I'm not being a real douchebag about it, but
You're very secretly evil, aren't you?
who, me?
But-
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing with DEP though, you could even find out like, oh, so if when you go first and you've picked these secondaries, you only ever score this amount of points. You could always force the opponent using that information to muck up their first turn. It's quite clever, the information. You can get really deep dive.
Oh yeah.
So I know the first stage of the merger is only very minor, and it allows basically BCP to have the stat data. But I'm expecting once they start doing the full merger, the app to be absolutely amazing. Because if BCP app worked like DEP, the website, then that's just going to be a killer tournament app.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh, what?
I accidentally clicked on a secret mission thing that I had found.
Yes. Yeah. The intel.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that now because I can't
No.
launch it.
Yeah, they're also quite hard. I've got on and went, oh, that's really okay.
You know, you can,
Oh, so-
some of them you can select the difficulty of them. You make them less difficult, but you get less reward.
Less reward. But yeah, because it's fighting against Talos, Pain Engines, and like that is just not fun. I'm not. It's like massively rebounding health. See that? The numbers are going up. That's what we like to see.
But yeah, Carl, if you get in to find out if that's what you want to do, as I said, me and Pete will back you from the Lords of Waaagh point of view to run these sort of tournaments because it grows us as a
Definitely.
brand.
Look, I could do it on my own, but I'd rather do it with my mate Chris because we're both really good Guild Ball players. Well, I say that, he's a really good Guild Ball player. I'm a mediocre Guild Ball player, but we both know the rules really well. So we could
say it's like me and 40k.
But
we could at least definitely, you know, be able to referee if we needed to, etc.
But obviously, if and when you do run, and me or Pete would always probably one of us might be there to do like the stream side of it and stuff like that. So you wouldn't be alone anyway, even if you did it on your own.
Yeah.
And I could offer to do the catering for you, Carl.
Yeah, we have an in-house we can offer in-house catering. So yeah,
I'm waiting for.
I'm waiting for the
just
yeah.
fucking get me now.
No, my controller disconnected just as she said that, and I couldn't say anything.
Yeah, because
Timing.
it's because my wife's always kind of done our catering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are cater, that's fine. I hate catering.
I wouldn't say that. But yeah, no, we've just.
That's why I stopped chefing and started owning a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right before the global pandemic.
Yeah. That,
What time is it?
yeah, we've got
got
time,
time
mate.
for one
Yeah.
more?
No, it's only 20 to 10 at the moment, so we've got plenty of time.
Yeah. I'm just aware Carl has got until.
Yeah, I'll do one
you
more,
got-
then I'll head off, and you three can always carry on if you want.
Yeah. I have a
I
mission
think,
that I
honest
must
to
complete
God,
tonight in Astroneer.
In the 20 plus years I've been wargaming, or 21 years now or something, of all the companies that I've found to make really good organised play, setup and packs, it's Privateer Press. Nailed it from day one. You know, the
Who
One
haven't we
Team
fought
Hordes
tonight?
community.
Ooh.
It actually went too far. It became too far into the competitive genre that new players found it hard to get into it.
Okay. Is that why it's kind of fallen away a little bit?
They brought out
Or at
a
least
new
my
edition.
perception of it is that it has.
Brought out a new edition, which pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because they've been buying all these books for years and it hadn't changed editions for years, and all of a sudden Mark III came out, and people didn't like the changes or stuff. That was
We're
one
going
of
up
the
against
reasons.
Nids this time. Figured have a bit of variety
Right,
of the spice.
I
of
have
life.
a bug cracking hammer.
Uh-huh. I almost accidentally selected a level 27 mission, which would have been interesting.
I could have done it with all of us. The four of us could have done it.
Yeah. What level are you up to now, Carl?
2020?
2020? Wow, that's high.
That's just his vision.
Yeah.
Inquisitor hindsight.
Oh, I shouldn't have exterminated that place. Or I should have exterminated.
See, sorry, the last bit of nugget information from the forge that I found out.
I'm looking forward to Pariah just to see what they do with Inquisitors, because having that human Inquisitor in Eldari armor with an Eldari pet and a Shuriken catapult. Where are they going with Inquisitors? I love it. I want that model. I want
Yeah, I
those
want that
models.
model too.
So,
It's a lovely model, that. But then again,
Yeah.
is that just going to be a Blackstone character or something like that? Or is
No,
it an actual Inquisitor
she's from
character?
Pariah.
Oh, she's in
She's a
second
Pariah
place.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sent a lot of the Alderi groups on Facebook
So-
mad because it was a new Eldar character that's coming out, and it's not. He can't use it in Eldar. A lot of
It's,
bad taste.
Yeah, well, because she's the one, like, in the lore who was the first person we heard speaking about the psychic awakenings.
Wasn't that
When they
Unite?
first
Right.
started
Start,
teasing
yeah.
it, she was the character that was kind of talking about the psychic awakenings.
Wasn't that Yvain though? I thought that was Yvain. She was the one that saw
Sorry?
it. It wasn't it Yvain saw it in her dreams.
No, it was the Inquisitor girl.
Oh, was
it was
it?
this Inquisitor woman, yeah.
Ah.
In like the teaser videos for it all, when they first started talking about it.
So you think that's a full circle happening somewhere?
Mm-hmm. But then she's coming along with the Demonifuge mini, which I'm not a big fan of. But I do like the Harlequin. That's a really nice model.
Thorn speaking. The enemy has dug in at multiple
So-
I don't know what it
strongholds
is
over the
about that
battlefield.
Demonifuge model. It's
Mount an
just,
assault
I don't know.
and take them one by one. When the
So,
Imperial banner
shocked when
flies
that brought a
high,
new Primarch
you will
at
get
the end of the debate.
reinforcements at your current position.
Yeah.
Revel in carnage, Inquisitor.
You know, it's made sense for the Lion to be out by now.
Fire
Yes, I
and
know,
Rust,
I know.
so-
I want Russ, but I can't. You know,
I can't
Is it really the Wolf time? Is that him coming back yet? I don't think so. It makes more sense for someone like the Lion to come back, then make a mess of everything, and then Russ to have to come and fix it all.
Do you think we'll see another Primarch for Night? Because I don't think we will.
I think so. Yeah. I know that we've got a Chaos Primarch waiting in the wings, ready to come out in Fulgrim. Obviously, they
That'd
were
be- that'd be
teasing
3
people
Chaos
with.
Primarchs to 1
Yep.
Imperial Primarch.
Yeah. And obviously they were like winding people up on that the 9th launch stream when they had rules for Angron written on the whiteboard behind.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That I'd love to see what Angron could do in on the table.
All back to
Don't know what
back
happened
guys.
to them.
Tunnel them through this.
It's like, has anyone been keeping up with the Siege of Terror books?
No.
No. 'Cause, it's minor spoiler, but when they finally get to bring the Word Bearers, like Armada through, not the Word Bearer, the World Eaters, Angron is literally stood on the prow of his ship, in the vacuum, just howling. As they come out, as they emerge from the warp, there's Angron just stood outside the ship, on the front of it, frothing at the mouth, ready to get down to
Just
the planet.
downloaded on Audible Black Legion.
Oh yeah.
Another and Hell's Reach. Another
Grab all
Templar stuff in
defenders
there.
slain.
Yeah,
Raise
I
the
would highly
Imperial banner
recommend
high. Onwards.
the Siege of Terror ones, because you've got Sigismund who's playing quite a main role
Yeah,
in
he's
there.
in quite a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Even
Dawn.
though Dawn just basically makes him into a little
Disowned
bitch
him.
and then just backs him.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow.
No, he's constantly having a go at Sigismund in these books. Okay, why am I just running and not shooting? But yeah, they're a really good series of books. I've been really enjoying them. And it's one of those where you know where the story's going, but it's like the journey of how they get there and filling in some more of the details.
Hard to get the heavy frame out.
Yeah.
That's always good for Nids.
Any bug.
But yeah, if you like, I think this is an abbey for like you said, privateer press, and that was good for the allowing the online stuff. When I
I
spoke
wish
to
Dark
Steam
Angels had a
Forge,
better press now. Get really bored of the Chaos Commons.
Sorry, what?
I wish Dark Angels had a better press now. I get really bored of the Chaos Commons.
Oh, you go into them knowing that you're going to be getting that. Like, you go into town knowing you're going to get Weibo comments, you're going to get anime comments, and you go into Space Wolves kind of knowing you're going to get Pikey comments.
But yeah, Steam Forge are actually allowing, like they told me, that all their God tier stuff is actually available in TTS now.
Yeah.
And they were clearly like, yep, that's fine, we like it. So to me, that's a good sign for a company, I think.
You know what I'm saying with Games Workshop though? They can be quite litigious, and I'm just surprised that it hasn't come down yet.
Hey, I love that.
I was just completely stood in a ring of Tyranid warriors for about a minute and just completely through them. It was quite fun.
So
That's
if
poison.
anyone...
Yeah, just
the
send
chest
a load
here,
of damage,
guys.
whatever.
Someone's walked past the chest.
Just lag.
The chest was just a bait.
Oh.
A treacherous trick
Oops.
from a treacherous
I'm running along with these guardsmen, so...
I might have spawned 3 turrets, guys. I'm sorry.
Am I on my own over here?
are you with a load of guardsmen?
No. We're at the
There's a
top
load
here.
of Tyranids. They're my buddies.
Yeah, I'm with a load of guardsmen and a load of Tyranids, and I think I'm on my own as well.
I
I'll
might
see what
spawn
we can
some
see.
turrets down here, guys. I'm sorry. There was a chest. I went for the chest.
There's a chest? What?
Well, there was, and then it spawned 3 turrets. So, if anyone's up for trying a game of God tier on TTS, if that's as it's being allowed, and all the content's up there somewhere, it'd be a good chance to try. No, it was here. It spawned these turrets. I opened it up and it said it was a trap.
No, it was a mimic. It was a mimic. Most terrifying enemy in any setting.
See that meme?
I thought you were a loot chest.
The party sat around the table, the bard laughed, the paladin laughed, the fighter laughed, the table laughed, they all killed the table.
Well, you know, it was in a cave full of spiders, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a big bundle.
I did like the little touchback, the little callback to that. There, Carl. I thought you ran a really good session on Wednesday.
I wouldn't go that
Oh,
way.
thanks.
Bullshit.
That means a lot. I tried, it's really hard, but
Bullshit, I wouldn't go that way.
it's very hard when you make something up to know whether it's going to play well or if it's going to be a bit boring,
Yeah.
you know, and end up being a bit grindy.
Yeah, like the only thing I would say is I didn't really feel like I was playing a bard in that. I kind of felt like I was playing an ace like space fighter, and that made it was just nice. It was a nice change, but I don't know for the others who
I think
work
the
games
others
and
enjoy
use their
it,
skills.
but I don't know, yeah.
But no, it was good
It's
fun.
a
It
one-off,
was,
like, you know, sometimes it's cool just to get inside
oh
the
yeah,
giant
absolutely. Yeah,
something.
yeah. It was a really nice change of pace.
I get really bored of just hacking through skeletons for 10 seconds.
Oh, I really did want to hurt the fighter of our group at the end of that session. Like, what are you doing? Innocent creature, don't kill it.
I mean, I actually put my own character at jeopardy there because I could have
Yeah.
actually died.
Yeah. That's
It's
why I
always
was
nice
ended
fun.
up racing back to the pit.
Who just pulled a load of warriors over here?
Me.
So Pete, the big thing we haven't asked you, what do you think of the new Psycho for Knights? Because we've obviously seen that now, and the actual form.
See, for knights, and having that many CP, being able to use them all is going to be just amazing.
So did you think the
I'm-
Psycho was good for it?
I'm wondering, the whole thing though with the smaller table is knights are just going to be able to, just going to see all of the gallants coming back and everybody just charging into combat with them. It's
Or
the same
Slanesh
with,
Knights.
oh, no, we don't talk about heretic knights here.
So I'm looking forward to running the Wraith Knight with melee combat on Yunari.
Yeah, being able to put a Wraith Knight, being able to see a Wraith Knight on the table again is going to be really nice.
The issue with the Wraith
Would
Knights
you think
is,
would you ever run just pure Wraith Knights?
not pure, but I'm certainly probably going to run
6
that
Wraith
one
Knights?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I would probably run 2. I'd probably run the Forge World one, which can teleport
Yeah.
on and off the battlefield, and probably a melee one now, because the reason the melee one has always been good. The issue with the melee one, even as Yannari, is getting him to the units to kill.
Yeah.
He was dead before you could get him there, but with this small table, if I can get him into combat in under melee stuff,
I find it's tough to do in the
No, I'm shooting it.
I'm
Oh,
feeling
you're
like
running
Warriors
away.
behind it.
I honestly
Oh
think
no, no, I'm overwhelmed. It
Yeah.
charged me.
I honestly think a Wraith Knight under Yannari on this new table size will be pretty good. If we can
why
get
can't I
him,
move?
we're overwhelmed. Now it's just pressed.
Oh no, I'm not anymore. I'm fully green, but I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
I'm having the same thing that Carl's had, and I stood right next to you.
But
Drop
Pete,
it, drop it.
Pete, we'll just watch.
Yeah, but
We'll just watch Pete. Let them do
I'm
the
down.
work.
okay. It turns out I can use my health.
Does anyone respawn me? Or I mean, revive me?
No, me and
Yeah, I've
Pete
got-
are stuck.
I've got some countdown. 8 seconds. 6, 5. See what happens when that times out.
So
Okay. No.
Walshy just ran right over my body.
It's alright.
I'm stood on this warrior right next to Jason, and I can't do anything.
yeah, I'm the same, Pete. I'm with you.
You two just stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just respawned.
So yeah, last week when me and Sam tried the new Chaos Knight rules
I
and
think Guardsman
the
just
Harlequin, we found out that the current Death Jester new rule is absolutely insane. So having a Death Jester that only has to hit a target to deny Overwatch
Alright,
was
I'm
so
out.
funny.
Yeah.
I literally just shot a knight and charged it, and he could do nothing about it. It was just stupid.
See, because with this new smaller table size, I'm already building 30 incursors. You can start 9 inches away from you. And an Indictor, I've got the Indictor, and I've got the Impulsor with Ragnar.
You gave them
Ooh,
death
cool.
generously. My compliments.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of in a position to be like, oh, this is going to be on a smaller table. I don't know. Will I need the Impulsor? Can Ragnar just get up there? I can say spend the points somewhere else.
I'm really looking forward to taking Templars.
Yeah.
Because
Who's not voted to end the mission?
No, forward.
I voted.
Well, sheep.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing more melee armies. And I saw somebody saying, "Oh no, these smaller tables are just going to end up with like a mosh pit in the middle of the table." That was my games anyway, because that's where the fun is happening.
God, World Eaters now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 9th is going to be the era of melee rather than the gun line. Maybe they've gone a bit
Yeah.
too.
I'm alright with that.
Maybe they've gone too
played-
far and swung it too far, but we'll see.
They swung it too far away from melee in the last edition. The whole
Yeah, that's the
we were
problem.
just punished if because like I was saying all along, to fix melee in 8th, what all you needed to do was make falling back happen in the combat phase.
Yeah.
See, we still
Because-
don't.
Actually, Wolves, Templars, Blood Angels, all very heavy melee focused. Orcs, my Orc army is pretty heavy melee focused.
Well, even Nids, you saw Nids kind of fall back on the Hive Guard with the Impaler cannons.
Yeah.
And Dak
I
with-
usually run
Dak with
Kraken as well,
tyrants
so-
as well, and
I usually run High Fleet Kraken as well, so
Mm.
yeah, G-Stealer's going to have a lot of fun in 9th edition.
I'm still a little bit sad that I made it all the way through 8th edition without once playing Genestealer Cult.
Oh, I played them once and it was horrible. But Pete, that new CP strat that 1 CP strat for the mortal wounds. So that there's obviously going to be something.
Okay, I've not seen that yet. I haven't actually. I've basically just missed what that is.
So it's
what's happening?
So it's a strat that if you are within engagement range, now we don't know what engagement range is. Is it 3 inches, 1 inch? We don't know yet. For every model, so it's not even unit, it's a model that's in the engagement range. You get to roll a dice, and on a 6-up, they take a mortal wound when they fall.
When they try and fall back.
Yes. So when you're facing someone like Pete that has 2 squads of alt boys, and if you can get them all within engagement range, that's well worth 1 CP, because you're going to get maybe 3-4 mortal wounds out of that on average with 6s.
I mean, every time I've been in combat with Pete's orcs anyways, I've just murdered them, so it's been fine.
But what people are going to realise, it's not unit, so if there's a rhino sitting next to it, that's an extra dice. It says per model, which is amazing. But I reckon there will be something that will be like that, but for falling back. But this is just kind of like an extra thing where you can do straight mortal wounds, whereas the other one might be a wound that you get to save. I'd love to see that, because that's been my bane as Yunari. I can get in, I can do damage, but if I don't kill them all they do is they step back and then just shot me to pieces, especially like Centurions.
That's why
it's not so much killing them all, it's if you can't wrap them, which is something I never really got my head around anyways, was wrapping.
But I can never wrap a Cent unit, and the minute the Cent, I'd maybe
you don't have to wrap a unit, you just wrap one model.
It's very hard with Cents though, because they're such big bases. And the thing is, people were scared of Cents. I'd charge them, and that's fine. And I'd maybe kill 1 or 2 in combat because they're just so tanky. But the problem is, they never really did much damage back. But the minute they stepped back, I was like, all right, great, just shoot me to pieces now. Even when they're hitting me hard in combat.
That's why I like witches with the shard nets.
Things that have that. Things that have that mechanic built into them
It is nice. I just don't want to run a Jakari detachment purely for witches, just for that.
I have 40 witches in my Yunari army. It's all witches and wraiths basically. Apart from a few aspect warriors, like I've got 10 fire dragons, 10 dark reapers.
I hope we get more plastic aspect warriors next.
See,
Lord, I've got.
I dropped all that. I dropped the Reapers because they just weren't very good in Yunari, unfortunately. Not the new Yunari. In the old Yunari, yes, but the new one, they were pointless.
Yeah.
But
I also have them because when I have my Yunari army is about 5,000 points at the moment.
Nice.
So it's basically 2,500 points of Drakari and 2,500 points of Craft Worlds. So I can run them as 2 separate armies, or I can run them together.
That's nice. Yeah, see, I've hinged on Harlequins as my shooting part of Yunari, because you can take the Skyweavers and they do your damage for tanks and stuff, but if they need to go into combat with Cephaglaves, they can do a lot of damage.
No, don't like them. Don't like them.
They are the best out of the for the new Yunari. They are definitely Harlequins are nice.
And even now that you don't
against Tom Higginbottom, and he just looked bored killing my knights with Haywire on Overwatch. I was like, oh, this is sorry, you're not enjoying this game. I'm not enjoying this game. It's just yeah.
Well, that last trio tournament we played at, Pete, ours, where we had Tom with us.
Was I there? Was that the one I wasn't there for?
No, it was me, you, and Tom. You know Tom Tao.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
When you guys, I faced the knight, and I think I made him like cry because he had that knight, 4-year-old knight that literally charged up the field, did nothing first turn, and then first turn it was gone. And then I think I beat him it was the cards, wasn't it? So I beat him 54-1. It was crazy. Yeah. I was rubbing my hands because it was all knights. It was just one unit of Skyweavers just ruined him.
No, playing against Harlequins. It's just the worst case scenario for knights because it's just a bad time. Just a bad time.
To be fair to Sam, he did alright again when we played on Sunday last Sunday. He did alright with them, and that ability to walk in and just shut down all invuns was just painful.
I will never ever underestimate Sam in his gaming. He's a very strong player.
It literally hinged around a charge. He failed a charge and that let me win. But I got one round of shooting. I put 12 fusion pistols into him. I did 4 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, it completely backfired on me. It did nothing.
I'm having some battery controller issues, so I'm gonna have to jump off.
I was going to say, yeah, shall we
we
can call it at this point?
Guys, so
Yeah, we
thanks
can
so
call
much.
it now. Let's
Yeah.
go. Yep.
Alright.
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
thanks for the games tonight, and thanks for everyone who's joining us tonight. And I hope when you watch this back, you'll be able to sort of send any questions and comments our way, and we can try and answer them outside before the next event, or if they're really, if it's something we want to dive into, send us a question. We can dive into it next time we game, and try and answer it on stream. So again, thanks guys for tonight, and we'll see you again soon.